Welcome back, everybody, to the Headspace Podcast, episode 162. I am your host, Chris Chrome, and this is part 2 of the new Joyner Lucas album, ADHD. Again, this is the Headspace Podcast, episode 162, Joyner Lucas, ADHD, new album, part 2. So if you're clicking on this video, you've probably already seen that part 1 has already been out. I recorded that last night. I've done tracks 1 to 9. I've broken down a little bit about how I feel about the tracks, what I think, some lyrics that I took away from it, and kind of what I know about Joyner Lucas. I've already done that on the first part, so I might take a little bit of time now just to explain a little bit of what we do here or whatnot, but you can definitely check that out on the first part of the video. I'm going to get right into it as soon as possible because there is still 9 tracks to go to, and there's just some stuff to say, and I have some opinions and points that I want to make on it, so I do have a nice little video for today. So with that, what we do here at the Headspace Podcast is that we, and I say we because there is a collective with me and HSR, Holden, and your lady friend Bonnie. But what I do here is I'm going to go through the album track by track. Again, this is track 10 to track 18. I'm going to explain what I think about the track, what it's supposed to mean, what I gathered from it, what I got away from it, and then I'm just going to give it a grade on 5, and we can have a little bit of a conversation down below in the comments to figure out what you guys liked about it, and maybe let me know a little bit about what I may have missed or not understood. Definitely a lot of you who are clicking on this video have probably followed Joyner Lucas or more of a bigger fan than I am, definitely, so please let me know if I butcher or make any mistakes with this review. I've already spoken about a little bit where I know Joyner Lucas from. You can definitely hit that up in the first part of the album review. You can check down below in the description to see where I start talking about the different timestamps, where I start talking about different songs. If you want to talk about a song you like or whatnot, you can definitely go there, figure it out, and let me know in the comments below what you thought about it, if I said anything bad or wrong. With that, I've already spoken about the album cover and the title, what I think about it, and all things like that. So I'm just going to go into it. Like I said, there's still 9 tracks there. Before I do start, thank you so much to the Patreons, Ismail Gadamsi, Chris Prado, DJ Black Hurricane, Lindo Williams, Scribble, and Jonathan Barnes. Thank you so much for everything they do. They follow us on Patreon, they follow us, and they kind of feel like they're part of the group as well. They have a little bit of the ability to force our hands in certain reviews that they want to see us do. A lot of them come to the Classic Quest because it's a lot of older albums they want us to check out, so you could definitely let us know if you have anything you want us to review, your project, your cousin's projects, mixtapes, any artist that you might prefer or whatnot. Definitely you can check out the Patreon, see what that's all about, and see how you can qualify to have that ability. With that being said, track 10, let's just jump into it. We're starting off this second part, again, Headspace episode 162 with Gold Mine. Starting off the second part of this review, we are starting with the track Gold Mine, and pretty much if you've already clicked on part 1, you'll kind of get a glimpse of where I'm at so far with this album and how my feelings are. And yes, this is a different day, and I'm reviewing this part a different day, so I've kind of slept on it, listened to it a little bit more, and I'll be honest, it's kind of the same feeling that I was left off with on part 1, so you can definitely check that out to get a better context. But so far, I'm not really feeling this track at all. I like I'll start with the things I do like. I do like how Joyner Lucas is presenting this song. He does have like a certain type of diversity in his lyrics that he's trying to use. I also like how he's kind of got this like little bit of auto-tune on the chorus, so he's it seems like he's trying different things and being very experimental, but at the same time I'm also kind of just like, this is very modern, this is very everybody kind of does this. This is not really showing me what's different anymore from you. Like, why are you so different than anybody else at this very moment? And that's kind of where I'm struggling a lot with this album, is that like I know a little bit about Joyner Lucas, and where, you know, I feel like he talks a lot and he claims to be like the best, and he kind of like, you know, tries to out rap a bunch of people and stuff. But like, so far I've already reviewed 10 tracks of this album, and a lot of it is just similar content, same type of messaging, where he's just rich and successful and made a lot of money and really just stuck to his goal. And this is pretty much the same idea of where we're going with this. The fact that he called this gold mine kind of gives me this idea of like we're going to be talking more about money and hitting the jackpot, which is essentially what we are getting. But I like this idea that he's kind of still addressing his trust issues that he has. Starts off in the chorus with, I don't trust homies, I ride by myself, all I need is my strap and my armor, all I can see is these fuck homies, I must be something they put in the water. I quit my job at McDonald's and built an empire, and now I'm a gold mine. Nothing was handed, I dreamed it, I did it, been waiting this shit my whole life. So it's pretty straightforward. It's nice to see that, you know, he's giving a little bit more of his personal life. He used to work at McDonald's, kind of that like fast food restaurant, trying to make enough money to be able to get into the music game and do what he wants to do and make it forward. So that was really cool, I guess, to some like relatability in terms of just like everyday life. So that's nice. But then, you know, he kind of just moves forward and he comes back with that cockiness on the post-chorus where he's like, move, 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 get out of the way, homie, bossed up, oh, I just got lame, I'm getting sauce up, I gotta get up till I motherfucking lift off, wasn't supposed to make it past 21, homie, I can't believe I done made it this far. Now, I don't know if that's supposed to be like a personal thing to him where he's not supposed to pass 21. According to Mattson99, it could be a reference to the Juice WRLD song Legends where he says, where's the 27 club, we ain't making it past 21. Like, okay, I never heard Juice WRLD songs, so maybe that could be a thing. Thank you, Mattson90 or 99. Mattson99 for the information. But I feel also like the club is 27 club, and the idea that also I think it is too is like, didn't Kanye say it was supposed to be 25? A lot of rappers are saying that like you're not supposed to live past 25 in terms of like conditions and atmosphere and the environments that they come from. So I'm a little confused on what Joyner is saying here. I think he's maybe trying to pay homage to Juice WRLD, so that could be cool as well. But that's, so far I'm like, all right, this is good. This song is okay. My main issue though is and this is something I really had a problem with on part one. Where are we getting the ADHD? Where are we getting the discussions of your experiences with ADHD and what you needed to deal with and stuff like that? So I say this as I'm about to read verse 1, and he goes, you know you too lit when you're stretching these bands. You know you on top when your enemies fans. You know you too blessed when they think that you a threat. Try to aim for your neck, but I never be scared. Homies on drugs, I was packing all the work. Couldn't find a spot, we was trapping out the church. Both mobile phones had me waiting for the chirp. Fresh to death, I wasn't waiting for the hearse. And I'm just kind of like, that's pretty weak. Like it seems a little bit weak. It doesn't seem like the biggest or like the most in-depth thing. I've got better bars from like Griselda. We've gotten better bars from like Benny and Conway, West Side. We've gotten better bars from like even G Herbo, just in terms of like what the ghetto was or what the projects were, the atmosphere, even their struggle. This just kind of seems like really just, it's not like, it just seems so simple. Like it doesn't seem like there's a lot going on. And what I'm starting to really notice as well is that Joyner Lucas's ability to tell stories is not there. Like, because then he follows up with casket fresh and had the weight going crazy, show up to your door like Avon lady, I could be the GOAT, but your hate won't save me. If homies hate me, they hate Tom Brady. And it's like, again, we're back to more of like people hating him and stuff, and there's not like this imagery or this idea of like what it really was to be Joyner Lucas back in the day. I'm still kind of trying to figure that out. Like, okay, yeah, you trapped out of a church, but other people probably did it. Other people had trap houses. Like, it's not like you're the only person who was trapping. Then we get back into the chorus. You know, more of that reinforcement of like not trusting people and having trust issues, which I did appreciate. And, you know, he's really kind of just dealing with that. But I'm just going to say it. Like, I don't know where we're going with this idea of ADHD. How does any of this have to do with ADHD? It's not even like there's any references to it. And I say this, but in verse 2, he goes, pull a bitch here like clickbait, A. ADHD, can't sit straight, A. Work a little job, I was still outside, like, please will you listen to my mixtape, A. Please will you listen to my mixtape, A. Still can't listen what a bitch say, A. Homie switched up, that's a mistake. And I'm like, so the only reference to ADHD you make is the fact that you can't sit still. there is a ton more other things that happen with ADHD, and there's a ton more other things that you could have expressed, or like how your brain reacts, or what you could have done so far in terms of trying to make more deeper content. And I'm just sitting here going, this is what the hype is all about? Like, this is supposed to be the big album? I'm not, like, so far I'm not impressed. And you know what, like, just to continue going through, because actually there's not even a third verse. I thought there was. You know, just to continue kind of with it, it feels just so weak. It's just very weak. It doesn't feel very strong to me. I gave this song a 3 on 5. I don't really like it at all. It doesn't really give me anything to want to listen to. And especially even cutting this project in half and reviewing half of it on the next day, I wasn't really inclined to want to continue listening to the album after this song. Like, it doesn't really do it justice. His flows are great. He's able to, you know, do the tricky things at certain points where he speeds up a little bit and kind of plays with the flow. But overall, there's nothing to really take away from here. It's just, it could be anybody really saying this. And I say that because can't touch me when I'm in my zone. Came too far to sell my soul. When you gon' give me my respect, I'm owed. When you gon' watch my dreams unfold. When you have proper dreams to unfold. And when you actually make things that gives you proper respect to get owed. Like, that's really it. People give you your respect when you've done it. The whole beef with, it was Joyner Lucas and Tory Lanez, I'm pretty sure I gave the respect on some Joyner Lucas tracks. And then there were some of them that I was like, nah, Tory kind of smoked you on that. Like, you do what you can, and I think that this, as his first project so far, kind of expressing the way he feels with this, I'm just like, dude, I can kind of see why you may not get the credit you were looking for, because you seem to talk a lot of shit for something that doesn't really deliver. And that's just my opinion. And I say that because I feel like Joyner does talk a lot of shit about how he's better than a lot of people, and I'm like, dude, no, you're really not. But whatever, tangent. That's a 3 on 5. I'm going to get off this track. The next song is Finally, featuring Chris Brown. I don't really know where to start with this song without kind of sounding like I hate it, and like I'm going to probably hate the rest of the project. So I apologize for anybody who's watching this who feels like I'm shitting all over this album, but I'm missing the point of what we're trying to do here. Joyner Lucas and Chris Brown have teamed up for another collaboration, which I've always have said to myself that Chris Brown and Joyner Lucas really do go well together in terms of just how they make music, and just like they're both like, just the way Chris Brown can sing and Joyner Lucas can rap over it, and the beat selection, everything is just really, really good. But like, this is starting to really feel like more like a pop album to me, more like just radio plays and stuff that you would try to catch on the radio, and that's not really stuff that I want to listen to. Maybe a few here or there in terms of the projects, but like in terms of the tracks, but overall when it's a full project of just songs that kind of sound similar and have that same type of vibe, I just kind of start feeling like I'm falling off of the project. So this song is called Finally, and the basis of the track is Joyner Lucas has now, I think, kind of gotten over this relationship that has tortured him, and kind of what seems like now he's at a spot in his life that he can be free and start kind of moving forward. And it sounds like it's really nice, and it sounds like he's really good at kind of explaining that, but it still kind of feels just the same type of content that we've been getting on this project. So he starts off with got 100 million things on my mind, every damn thing, new day, new fight, always running in and out of life, hell no, but I won't let you back in this time, I won't let you back in my mind, so I won't let you blame me this time. I like how he's kind of fighting himself. I like how he's kind of showing that, which is why I like this song. There's a certain essence to this track that really shows that Joyner Lucas is kind of being a little bit more mature on this, seems to be a little bit more self-aware of like situation that's happening, and he wants to kind of protect himself. So that was really, really cool that I did appreciate. And you know, then Chris Brown comes in, and I really like Chris Brown singing. I really like just how he performs and how he just presents a lot of the music. I've never ever had a problem with Chris Brown. You know, he goes, finally I can fly and be free and be me. You do you, I'll do me. I don't mind it. It sounds like it's actually sampled from another song that I've heard before, and I can't really think of it right now. But like when you hear it, there's another song that I'm thinking of that just comes to mind, and it's nice. It's nice, this like nostalgic sound that they're giving. It's nice, this presentation. But I'm still just not really feeling captivated into the song. Joyner starts off verse 1 with, and they used to always tell me like you ain't nothing special. Damn it, you done took it to another level. I was patient, I was dangerous, I was young and mellow. Congratulations, you done turned me into a fucking rebel. And I'm like, who are you exactly really talking to right now? So it sounds like he's still talking to just everyone else who's really just kind of picked on him and like, you know, kind of broke down that he wasn't really like gonna make it or really do that. But my issue is now we get that, like we've gotten that for the last 10 tracks. We need something different. Like I'm looking for something different, which is why I'm not having like as much passion. I already had my freak out on part 1. Go check that out. I literally just kind of tear into Joyner Lucas on some of the tracks, just how he presents this album. And so far, I'm just now just drained of energy. This is what really I feel with this album at the end of it. I'm like, I'm just tired now. But moving on, and granted, this is only track 11, so we have like 7 other tracks left to go. So let's just stay there. You know, yeah, I've been peeping how you move like some new luggage. You used to love me back when we were boo loving. That was way before I seen you fucking true colors. Always popping shit. I ain't even do nothing. Trying to play me like we unofficial. So now we're starting to get this conversation where it sounds like he's talking about a woman, and I'm like, okay, cool. So this kind of makes sense. I'm starting to understand that this is like a relationship, and it looks like he's giving his side of the story. Where on the last track I mentioned that Joyner Lucas's storytelling ability wasn't all there. I found it's still not, but this is a lot better. I will admit. I kind of see more of a picture here. I see more of like an argument. I can kind of see where there's things that kind of fall off, you know, and now I'm a little bit more like, okay, I kind of see what you're getting at. I don't understand where this has to do with ADHD. This could have been called a completely different project, and you could have put this on, but again, there's and okay. So my problem with why I keep bringing it back to the ADHD is because there's nothing here that really references anything to do with ADHD. It's just a lot about him, and I feel like he could have just called this Joyner Lucas or myself or something that just represents himself and not really his mental illness or his ADHD. I feel like he's trying to take on this movement speaking for kids who, hi, I deal with a lot more shit with ADHD than just all the average bullshit he's been speaking of so far. Anyway, we move into the refrain. I ain't chasing that. Joyner Lucas goes, I ain't chasing that. I just made a stack. I gave you the world, now I gotta take it back. I gave you the world, now I gotta fade it black. I lost it all, but I made it back. So I like how he's kind of expressing that he's willing to do stuff for this woman, and he's really like trying to give her everything. So I see that, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't really care. Then we get back into the pre-chorus. Got 100 million things on my mind. Now that's something that I can actually agree with. Is kind of like connected to ADHD. Just a lot of thoughts processing, and your brain's always moving around and stuff. That I can understand. That I'm okay with. But continuing on, I'm just more like, it's just a really bad relationship. Then Chris Brown comes in, does the finally thing, which was really great. I did appreciate that. I really do like Chris Brown, a lot of what he presents. I didn't check out his last project. It's like 45 tracks. I'm not doing that. I'm going to listen to 5 and get bored. That's it. But I do like what Chris Brown can do. Okay, Joyner Lucas comes back in with verse 2. Okay, I'm gonna do me. You do what you gotta do. I'll go there. I'll go where I want. I ain't gotta tell you nada. I've been hustling. I've been cooking up the Betty Crocker. You've been struggling. You've been chasing after every dollar. And I used to be around. Now I'm a cold-blooded. I'm just pretty sure I've been holding out onto old grudges. So I like how he's kind of self-reflecting a little bit about what he's saying here. I liked how he's kind of addressing maybe the way he's acting. So that was also very interesting. I don't really know why he's like, oh, you opinionated. Who do you think, you Joe Budden? Like, dude, I don't know why that's a thing. It just seems really popular. It just sounds like it's a sneak diss to Joe Budden. Not even a sneak diss. It's a complete just shot out to Joe Budden for no reason, just for clout. I feel like that's what he's trying to do here. So I don't know. I just kind of felt like that wasn't really worth it. Then we get the refrain again. Baby, I ain't chasing that. I just made a stack. I gave you the world. Now I gotta take it back. And it just kind of follows suit, and the song follows through. There's really nothing that was left for me here. I just was like, okay, that was it. All right. And that's kind of just how I'm feeling so far. I apologize. I did give this song a 4 on 5. I thought it was cool. I mean, if this was going to come onto, like, on a playlist, or this was going to pop in on, like at a party, I'm not going to hate it. I'm still going to jam. It's not like it's a bad beat or nothing. It's not like it's a bad song. But this just isn't my type of vibe or my type of flow. So that's really just it. The next track on this project is 10 Bands featuring Timbaland. So here we have another track called 10 Bands, and it's again just kind of the same thing. It's just Joyner Lucas kind of breaking down how he's better and why people shouldn't really fuck with him. I like how he kind of makes fun of the Migos and does the Bad and Bougie chorus. So in the chorus here, he goes 10 bands, 20 bands, she'll do anything for a couple grand. Never had no money, but she loved to dance. I give all my money back to Uncle Sam. My ex bitch still want another chance. Man, I swear to never love again. I don't came up, man. Fuck the man. Me and Timbaland got other plans. So I like how he does that like Bad and Bougie type of sampling, and he kind of interpolates that. So that was kind of funny, but at the same time, I don't see the point of it. I don't know if he's like mocking them. I don't know if he's trying to like be funny with them or whatnot. It just kind of sounds like he's trying to be modern and just trying to interpolate a chorus that will be catchy. And I don't really think that that's cool. We should be getting something that Joyner Lucas really wants to do. And then we get into the chorus, and we get into the verse. You don't really know what you up against. Boy, you always had the upper hand. Boy, you know I always had the upper hand. You ain't never been through the struggle, man. Homemade grits in the oven pan. You don't run shit. You don't want to dance. 2 shots make him do the running man. And I'm just kind of like, again, this is just the same type of bars, and they're not even layered. They're not even, it doesn't even feel like they're like coded or supposed to be encrypted, and it's just really weird. I like how he's making this reference to, and they say love is a drug, man, I swear I'll never take drugs again. Joyner Lucas does have this branding of like never doing drugs and being very sober, so I like how he's connecting this like fear of loving and commitment to drugs, something he doesn't want to be a part of, which was interesting. I did like that, but the rest of this song is just, it's just what it is. I traded my bike for a hoopty, traded my hoopty for a Honda, traded my Honda for a Panther. I just got a crib in Wakanda, and I'm like, okay, that's old. That doesn't really feel like it's not even relevant anymore. To me, at least, like it was cool if, like, you know, when Black Panther came out and that was the whole trend, but it's been out. We've been through Marvel. They all fucking died. The whole thing happened. Sorry for anybody who likes Marvel. I didn't really pay attention, but like, where are we going with this? There's another line. All I really got is one wish. A one night stand with Madonna, and I'm like, okay, Madonna's attractive. I get that, but like, who cares? Like, I'm not getting anything that I really give a shit about, and that's my problem with this project, is that there's just a lot of music here that I don't care about. And for this to be like his first album after everything we've been getting, I'm just kind of like a little bit disappointed. But you know, we move on, and this is for them days when they had me riding the motherfucking sped bus, and this is for them days when my teachers told me I should go and sell drugs. It's like, we've been getting that message. We've been understanding that nobody really had belief in you, but like, I'm trying to figure out, like, when are you gonna start telling us what you did and how you like really struggled with it and how you moved forward, and like, not just I was this and now I'm rich, I was this and now I'm rich. It's like, yeah, that's kind of the whole point. Like, you start off having absolutely nothing and then you become rich. That's the exact point of why everybody fucking does this. Anyway, and then we get back into the chorus. 10 bands, 20 bands, so do anything for a couple grand. And just, again, it's just the same generic bullshit we've been getting. I done brought the haters out to play. I don't like you, you don't like me. Fuck it, let's get out of the way. What we gonna do? What's it gonna be? I just got $1 million out the bank. Spoil my son. Do what I please. Fuck what any homie gotta say. Lay in the sun. Kick up my feet. It's like the rhyming ability is actually really cool, but like overall, I don't care, and that's the problem. Joyner Lucas isn't really making me care enough about what he's saying, and this is what I think is lacking from this project. Here, verse 3, we have something that's interesting: is men lie, women lie, homies lie. Yeah, I'm a ride long as I'm alive. Whoa, homicide, kill him like a genocide. Yeah, get it on the camera, television. Whoa, ADHD, identify. Look at my friends, I'm civilized. Yeah, analyze it. I might spend a night with a dyke. And I'm still just kind of more like, these are just all things that I've heard many other rappers say. Where is the difference in who you are? Where is the difference of what you do? I don't know. This is really lacking. Overall, I'm kind of have really nothing else to say. I do appreciate Timbaland's production. Timbaland's a god. Like, he makes really great beats. He makes really, really great instrumentals. So I did appreciate what Timbaland did here. I like how Joyner Lucas flips up and flows on the track, and his like ability to really hold this cadence that he has with speeding up and slowing down, and just like, and being able to like really hear the beat is really, really cool. But that's pretty much it. I gave this song a 4 on 5. The next track on this album is Revenge. So this track is actually cool. I like how it starts off. I like the way that there's like this really deep, eerie piano, and it's kind of darker a little bit. And Joyner Lucas is kind of presenting this flow of consciousness on the first verse. It's really interesting the way that he kind of jumps around with just ideas in his mind. So the intro starts off: the more that I want, the more that I grind, the more that I shine, the more that I stride, the more that I stunt, the more that I cheat, the more that she leaves, the more that she cries. The harder that I trust, the more that I lie, the more that she dies, the more I realize, the more that, yeah. And I'm like, okay, that's a little bit interesting. I see how he's kind of like self-aware about his attitude towards people. I see how he's a little bit self-aware about his attitude and his commitment to grinding and really making that money and wanting to, excel and move forward. So that's interesting. And just the way he presents the first verse is really cool, because it's like this kind of spoken word rap feel. The more that I try, the more that I want, the more that I grind, the more that I shine, the more that I stride, the more that I stunt, the more that I cheat, the more that she leaves, the more that she cries, the harder to trust, the more that I lie, the more that she dies, the more that I realize, the harder that I love. And he kind of does that same type of thing throughout the whole first verse. I'm harder to keep but harder to sleep. I'm scared of the dark. I'm not gonna run. I'm harder to break but harder to make. You get in the way. I'm drawing my gun. I'm not gonna play. I'm not for the games. I'm not gonna change. Put that on my son. And he just kind of continues going it consistently. And every kind of patch in the first verse has this sort of section, which was really cool. I really did think that was awesome from Joyner Lucas, the way he did that. So that was cool. I'm not going to quote everything. I do want you guys to listen to this. And then we get the chorus. So for the chorus, he goes, I roll up on him while he sleep. You gon' see it's a fucking murder spree. You gon' see what nobody say a peep. You gon' see, don't you turn around. Don't you turn your back on me. Rolling up when they sleep. I might hit him with the blam blam. They gon' miss him, cause revenge feels sweet. So what I'm seeing here is that Joyner Lucas kind of is like a little bit petty and vengeful and seeks revenge when shit doesn't really work out his way. And I do understand, like, there is parts of this song that he does kind of break down and explain that, again, people, you know, didn't believe in him. Nobody really felt like he was ever going to make it, and he's trying to prove to everybody that he is. But the way that he's kind of using revenge on this song is a little bit weird to me, because he's like, I'm going to get revenge, essentially on like everybody who said that I was never gonna make it. So it's like you're basically proving everybody wrong, and that's what your revenge is. I like how in verse 2 he kind of gets a little bit more personal. Give me a pen, I don't even drink, but fuck it, I'm gonna need some Henny and gin. Plenty of sins, I broke my bitch's heart. She'll never forgive me again. Where have you been? I had to go find myself. I killed and buried my friends. I never could swim. Like, I like how he's really just kind of being more in his brain, and I think that a lot of this song is supposed to interpolate himself, and he's just like really talking to himself, which I thought was really, really cool. There's a part here: I never got any clout, what's all that plotting about? They drowning me out, everyone counting me out, nobody tried to reach out, they proud of me now, homies flip the script, I cannot live to quit, I don't want to chill, I don't want to get no flicks, don't want to rekindle shit, it's NOT, don't you flex on me, I do not get no sleep, I'm barely up, hope you ante up. Like, I like how he's still kind of pushing back and showing everybody that he's really, really good at what he does, and that he's like got that determination. But again, it just seems a little weak and seems a little repetitive. Even on verse 3, it still kind of seems the same type of shit. The older the berry, the sweeter the juice. No, I could do it. I just needed proof. In order to lose, I needed to win. In order to win, I needed to choose. In order to fall, I needed to move. I could have been safe. I couldn't be safe. I couldn't be you. I'm coming for everything they said I couldn't, including your plate and all of your food. Like, I like how he is putting the words together, and he really is rapping, and I give him that respect. But overall, I'm not really like feeling anything he's saying, because he's been kind of saying this same shit. And yes, I sound like a broken record, and I sound like I'm saying the same shit, but this is just a result of what we are really just getting. All in all, the song is still good. The way that he just overall, like, listening to this and kind of getting into that vibe, into that mode that he brought to this was cool. I do think that this song does give a good atmosphere to that album, in just sense of like, it brings you somewhere different a little bit. It gives you a little bit of a darker side of who Joyner Lucas is, so that was interesting. I did check out the music video. The music video, to be fair, has a lot more like connection to revenge than the actual song itself. It kind of is that Joyner Lucas has a team of people. They rob a bank. He gets screwed over. This guy shoots Joyner. 2 years later, Joyner starts taking out all the people that turned his back on him and kills them all. That's really just it. And like, realistically, that itself kind of looks more like revenge than what we really just got on this track, about how he's just gonna be better than everybody else. But it's like, so far I don't really see how you are better than everybody else, because you're not really giving me anything to take away from this album besides it's a lot of you. And I say this because, you know what, again, he made I Am Not Racist. He made another song that kind of speaks about death and bringing people back, and what if he was this. He kind of spoke about other things that really were a little bit controversial and really had a lot of buzz about it. And now we get this album, and I'm sitting here going, this is bullshit. Like, the whole thing is just absolutely bullshit. But whatever, I mean, it's still good rapping, it's still good music. He is talented, but I just don't think Joyner Lucas has the capability yet to really dive into what he wants to say. And for him to be talking a lot of shit and then double back on, well, this is just my ADHD and I'm gonna get to that track eventually, you know, it just, I don't know, it feels really weird. And it feels like, Joyner, where are you really trying to go with this? Anyway, I gave this track a 4 on 5. I thought it was cool. The next track on this project is a skit, and it's called Comprehensive Evaluation. So this skit is interesting because we're back with the doctor, and the doctor kind of seems to be back to being friendly with little young Joyner, and seems to be apologizing for the way that he acted as per the first skit on the album, and just kind of slashing out at Joyner. Now, again, this holds the same type of like creepy, eerie, consistent feel of the first intro. Even the way that the doctor's trying to apologize really feels creepy to me, and I was just like, this is disgusting. But I'm starting to think that maybe part of this is supposed to be like metaphorical for Joyner Lucas's brain, because the way that it kind of goes down is that the doctor apologizes and wants to see if like they can be friends again, and kind of how like he can try to help Joyner still get back to being, I guess, normal is what we're looking for in this case. But then what really strikes me as odd is, again, that the doctor kind of warns Joyner, young Joyner, as like moving forward, as long as Joyner Lucas doesn't like piss off the doctor or acts like a, as he says here, that if you don't act like a fucking, well, I don't want to say the word, and piss me off again, I won't lash out like that. But the way that he says it, he's like lashing out and kind of scaring Joyner. And that's where I'm starting to still think, like, is this supposed to be like a real doctor, or is this like Joyner talking to himself in like some psychiatric way, and some like try to present this in like a real thing? So this really did get me thinking, and I did appreciate that. It was really, really cool. And then just as we continue going along, the doctor kind of starts asking questions to Joyner about like the prescription that he gave him. Joyner mentioned to his mother that he didn't like the prescription. So the doctor kind of asks like, have you ever heard of like other prescription? And he goes like, what? And he's like, have you ever used cocaine? Have you used lean? Give me your backpack. I'm going to put some few things in your backpack. And I guarantee that will take all your ADHD away for good. How does that sound? And he doesn't like want to tell, he doesn't want Joyner Lucas to tell his mom about it. And now that's where I'm starting to think like, okay, I don't think doctors are really giving kids cocaine or lean. I think that this is a big metaphor for like Joyner finding a way to, I guess, self-medicate for his ADHD in a way that is supposed to be, I guess, like creative in a sense. Maybe this is Joyner Lucas's real doctor that like really put him on drugs and really fucked with him. So that's part of why I think Joyner is like being the way he is. But I don't know. Like this, it's very vague. The way that this is positioned, I found. But I guess it does get like the point across that, he's really struggling with like ADHD, and he's really trying to just find ways to help himself. And these are some of the ways that he's been taking to, I guess, self-medicate, like I said, and help himself again. Overall, I did give this a 4 on 5. I think the best part about this skit, about the two skits like this, is just the fact that it's creepy. Like, that's just it, is that it's just creepy. Like, he really did well giving off this creepy vibe. So I gave that a 4 on 5. The next track on the album is the title track, and it's called ADHD. So I don't know how I feel about this song. As the title track, I feel like this is supposed to be like, I guess, something that's really going to talk about ADHD, something that's really going to kind of dive in and deal, like, discuss about how he deals with this, and really just kind of how we're going to understand a little bit more. But we don't. That does not happen. It kind of feels like I'm dying on the inside. It kind of feels like I've been trying to get by. So I can understand that. I can respect that. Let me just be clear. Everything he says in this song, I completely relate to. Everything he says in this track is like something that really, I can agree on with terms of like ADHD and just dealing with it. What I don't agree on is the way that he is acting as if we cannot blame him for his ADHD. So his chorus goes, I feel like I'm dying inside. Why do I seem crazy? Someone save me. You can't blame me. It's my ADHD. And I'm kind of just sitting here like, yeah, dude, we can blame you. I grew up learning that just because I have ADHD does not give me the right to use it as an excuse for my excessive behavior or certain ways. There are certain ways to act. There are certain ways to deal with certain situations. And quite frankly, I don't know if you have ADHD or if you're dealing with something else, because a lot of what you're expressing is just sounds to be a lot of just hyperactive shit, which is the only part that I'm going to give you for the ADHD. Now, this whole song kind of just goes through going, my mind's racing, I've been paranoid, overthinking, maybe that's a void, don't cut me off like that, I don't have a voice, I think I was born different, I didn't really have a choice, yeah, class in session, you're an hour late, don't play with me, today is not the day, pay attention, I am not deranged, I could tell you what I'm thinking, I just don't know how to say it, maybe I got on your nerves, I mean what to say, like, I don't know how you can kind of connect this to being part of ADHD, being late is not part of ADHD in terms of going to class. Yeah, you may be distracted. You can deal with distractions. You could maybe all this stuff, but like I think that if you also have a proper surrounding, which maybe that's what we're kind of getting into, is that you maybe didn't have a proper surrounding to kind of teach you how to deal with it at a young age. So maybe that's the thing. But I also don't really understand like why you're acting out as if a lot of people with ADHD are kind of like very violent or just like don't play with you. Like you need to learn how to live with it. Like that's just it. Like, and I think that's the part of this song that I really just dislike the most. The rest of the song kind of just goes through and he really just has a great time and has fun. But I don't really like how he's addressing this as a way of, you can't really blame me for the way I act because I have ADHD. And it's like, well, no, again, I'm going to say it. Yeah, we can blame you for the way you act. And I'm not saying you have to take medication or take pills or anything, but if you know and you're highly aware that you have a certain condition, it's your responsibility to learn how to manage and deal with it. So for me, I feel like giving off this message, yeah, for people with ADHD, they can probably understand and relate to this song. I completely agree with you. Like I said, I related to this song, and with my grade, you guys might understand. But critically looking at this track and being somebody who deals with ADHD on a daily basis, right, just so you guys understand, every single day and going through my ups and downs and really just trying to find myself and all these things, it's like, yeah, I see where Joyner Lucas is coming from, but I'm not getting more than just the surface level, and I think that's why I'm kind of just, this song's hype. The music video is cool. The way he flows on this is cool. I like how he like kind of sporadically goes into the fast part, kind of showing how like his thoughts go really quick with his ADHD, so that's interesting. But overall, this just sounds like another radio hit, and this whole half of this album kind of just sounds like a big radio hit. Some of the songs on the first project I could probably see which ones do sound like it, but overall, all of this just sounds like radio music, and it's just really not for me per se. You know, we kind of go through and it still, there just isn't much for me to really talk about. Yippee yippee yi-yo, yippee yi-yay, starting at the fire, kumbaya. I'm gonna take you higher, I'm gonna take you higher. Too many things on my mind, too many things on my head. Too many things in my head. What am I thinking? How come I can't go to sleep in my bed? Like, it just, there's so many more deeper things that me because I'm also a rapper, that I've written about my own ADHD that I feel is just more in depth than just the surface level shit we're getting from him. Whatever, that's my opinion. I left this song with a 4.2 because it is really hype and just everything about it is a jam. So I did really enjoy it as a song itself. Critically listening to it though, it is what it is. So whatever. The next song is going to be even more fun. So the next track is Still Can't Love, featuring Fabolous and King OSF. I don't know. And I'm conflicted on this track. So it's a good song in terms of the mood and the way that, it kind of makes me feel. I like how Joyner Lucas kind of flows on this track. It's a little bit smoother. It seems a little bit more slowed down. So that was really fun to listen to as well. But the overall idea of just what they're talking about here just kind of, I guess, reinforces this idea of just not trusting and not wanting to fall in love and commit, which, I mean, is nice. It's a nice refresher from a lot of the stuff we've been getting. But I guess I just don't really care. And I think that's my issue now, is that I'm at a point with this project where nothing is really interesting me anymore. I'm kind of feeling like we've gotten to a lot of B-side songs for this project, that maybe there was a lot of hype for this that I kind of didn't know of, or maybe I'm missing the point. But it just it to me just kind of feels like Joyner Lucas took this time to really just explain some situations he's gone through and really just wanted to make an album. This song, you know, kind of starts off, she got a nice face, she got a nice body, I still can't love her, still can't trust her, baby, I'm sorry, I'll hold her down. If you don't got me, then I got me. It's over now, so please don't call me, please don't find me. And I'm just like, I don't know. I've heard other rappers do better songs like this compared to this, but this is still good because I do like how they address just this idea of being fake. And I think that's really what he's trying to get in this context of the song, is just people are fake and he doesn't want to fall in love or commit because people are fake and he can't trust anybody. So that was interesting. The chorus kind of is just the same thing as the intro, just with King OSF and Joyner Lucas. So he kind of just follows up and says the same thing. What I do like is where King OSF goes, but we still don't ever slip, no moving sloppy. She want to study all the tats all on my body. Somebody tell her that my middle name Mohammed. She thinking I'm a fake love, so I ain't about it. I told her, baby, watch your mouth, you better stop it. And I'm like, so there kind of seems this wall that's being built, which I kind of like a little bit, how they're being very just protective of themselves. So that was interesting. And then Joyner Lucas comes in and does the Joyner thing. All my life been sucker free. That's absurd. None of these hoes are cuffing me. That's my word. All I heard money don't come from trees, but you can't hustle me. Yeah, your ass look good in them jeans. That don't mean too much to me. And it kind of just really flows through, and Joyner Lucas is really just taking that time to I guess address that, like, yeah, I'm interested in you and I really like the way you kind of move and how you look, and I do appreciate what you're kind of bringing, but you know, I just really want somebody who's kind of down to earth. I like how he goes, I've been trying to get you, I know you want to fuck all day, might try and make love to your mind. I've been trying to get my mind right. Oh, these hoes ain't my type. She want that limelight, she'll do anything for a Klondike. What you gonna do for the pension? Why too tempted? And way too tempted. And I like how he brings up the pension and really trying to figure out where she's dedicated to go and what her real goals in life are, which is really cool. He wants to secure himself. He wants to make sure that she's on the right path with him. So I did appreciate that. And that's also another level of this song that I do like, is where the artists are really just kind of setting that standard for people in terms of, like, this is the type of person I want to be with, and I am interested in you and you are attractive, but I don't really know what you can bring to the table, because it doesn't really seem like you have much more to offer besides, like, your body and just what you have lavishly. So that was cool. I like how verse 2, King OSF goes, pull up, I'm swerving, I'm whipping it, car from the plug, and I came with a brick in it. She ain't had to tell me that she wanna fuck, 'cause I could see it in her eyes, she was digging it. She said she could try, but I ain't gonna work, 'cause this just the life that was living in. She tell me she don't give a fuck about my past. I told her, baby, mind your business. So I like how he's kind of just, like, setting it down, like, yo, we ain't talking about that, this isn't what we're doing. We got business to move forward. Let's just take that. So King OSF is really showing this type of, like, business mentality that I really do appreciate. Then we get back into the chorus, and then Fabolous comes on and really just does a good job. It's like I still can't love. See, that's real pain does. Oh yeah, I'm feeling you, baby, but what I feel ain't love. And I like how he's addressing that. Like, they're just being very vulnerable and honest. How they don't know how to love. They've been scarred and pain struck in so much that they just want to live life and not really deal with a lot of commitment, which was cool. I like how near the end of Fabous's verse, he goes, I know some real gangsters, homies who still slang drugs. They got pills, can't bluff, but you ain't got no love, and they ain't got no trust, 'cause those will be your downfall. Bro says shoddy bad, why you ain't keep her around, dog? And I like how he's addressing it, like, he's kind of seeing that There is people who may be addressing your women or the people that you're around or the women that you're around. And when you start to find out, like when they start asking questions, you're like, why? Why do you care? And that kind of just reinforces that idea that maybe you couldn't trust these people, you couldn't trust the women you were around. So I do like this song. I do like kind of what they're getting at. I like the production of this. This was really polished a lot. I like the sound of it. I like how there's just like this energy and this vibe to it that was really, really cool. So I ended up giving this song a 4.2 on 5. I thought it just really followed suit nicely, just with like, for me, the context and the theme that we're getting from the album, it fits nice. For the context of ADHD, I don't know where it fits. I have no idea, so I'm not even going to try at this point. I've given up on that. So yeah, I gave the song a 4.2 on 5. The next track is Will. This song's trash. I'm just going to say it. I don't have anything to really say about this song. I gave this track a 4 on 5 because the rapping ability is cool. The way that Joyner Lucas uses a lot of Will Smith's movies to make a lot of references is really cool. But that's like the only thing that is really interesting about this song. I like how, yes, there is this idea that Joyner Lucas kind of looks up to Will Smith. If you didn't know, the song is about Will Smith. I like how Joyner Lucas is expressing his like admiration for Will Smith and really respects him. And at the end of this song, there seems to be like this audio snippet of like Will Smith kind of talking to Joyner Lucas, or maybe just this. There's Will Smith saying something about like you got to build this one brick at a time, and it's like so inspirational. But really, this song is garbage. Like, there's nothing relatable to this track. There's nothing about this song that's really cool to listen to, just besides all the Will Smith puns and everything that Joyner Lucas was able to do in terms of like, so okay, for example, I got me some paper, hired a butler, and got me some waiters. I want to get married, but none of my shorties remind me of Jada. Okay. Or maybe I'm just too afraid to settle. I wish I was planning it different. I think it's a phase. I'm very conditioned. I stuck in my ways. I'm scared of commitment. I'm very conflicted. Okay, so that's a little bit of a personal. Thank you for that. That's cool. I got the drip and I'm saucy. Ooh, ADHD. I'm a bad boy. Bad boy movie. I think I might just pull up in a Rari. Ooh, I might just skirt up the Philadelphia, where Will Smith was born. The Rari from the Bad Boys movie. They call me Big Willie. I think I'm Mike Lowry. Like, it's just, I don't give a shit. I really just don't give a shit. Your connection with Will Smith. Like, there's so many other things he could have done with this that I'm just like, this song is absolute trash. But the fact that it is clever and that it sounds good and sonically everything about it is just kind of hyped to listen to, yeah, I gave this track a 4 on 5. I rather actually just not want to talk about it really, because it's kind of just straightforward. After watching the music video and just listening to the song again, it's like, yeah, you didn't really say much anything else besides how much you appreciate Will Smith. Literally, you basically just sucked Will Smith's dick for an entire, let's go check how long the song is because I forgot. For an entire 3 minutes and 21 seconds. That's literally what it was. It was a 3 minute and 21 second blowjob is what this fucking song is. So 4 on 5. I'm moving on. The next track is Broke and Stupid. So so for the final song on this album, Broke and Stupid, you know what? This could have been a really cool, interesting way on how to address the educational system. This could have been an interesting way to express his life of what he went through in school and kind of like how he dealt with, going to class and stuff like that. But realistically, he literally just took the entire track to say a bunch of shit that he's literally said the entire album. The only part in the whole song that really addresses the ADHD is I ain't bragging, I'm just happy I made $1 million. ADHD, I was slow, now they label me brilliant. I'm proud of homies like Hove, he made me $1 billion. I hope I never go broke trying to break through the ceilings. And it's like, again, you're addressing your ADHD as just what it is, but you're not really telling anything to us. You're letting us know that you made your life into a movie. You're basically, as you say, you're not bragging, you're basically bragging of how rich you are and where you've gotten to today, which honestly is just what you've done this entire album, and it's pretty stupid. Like, I don't really think that this is worth anything, to be fair. Like, I'm so famous, I can finally hit up Jay-Z direct. I might hit up Drake and tell him to send me the jet. I might drink Ciroc with Puff if he send me a check. Like, we can't relate to that because we don't do that. We can possibly think like that, but it's like, where is the actual nitty-grittiness of who Joyner Lucas is? Where is the smart brilliance-ness that you are claiming to have when you've literally just told us, I ain't nothing like you homies, I don't even rest, I don't sleep until I see success, I wish you the best. Like, you've literally just been saying that the entire fucking album, and it just, I don't know, it really just felt like this project dragged on so much, just the way he kind of just being super repetitive about himself. I give him his respect, though. He's a great rapper. He knows how to put the words together, and he can really make all of these like references, and they're cool, but just what he's saying isn't really all that content level worthy, and it's nothing for me to really take away. It's one long verse and then a second verse which is pretty short, which again, nonsense. I turned my life into a movie. Bitch, I think I'm Rocky. I can't even wear my jewelry now. They think I'm cocky. I know what I got myself. I ain't got no body. Just bought a pistol. I just hope they ain't got no bodies. You're gonna have to pay the price if you get wishy-washy. This Atala night, I think I'm Ricky Bobby. Like, it just... Okay, nothing of really importance, and I think that's my problem here, is that he's not saying anything really important. A lot of bitches did me dirty, ain't talking to me since, and now I'm insecure, closed off, but that's hard to admit. Like, I get it, but you're still just kind of bringing up the same shit of just, you think you're better than everybody, and this is literally what you've told us on every fucking track of this album, no matter what type of context or what type of thing you were trying to do. So that's all I really have to say about this song. If you have anything else that you want to really let me know about this track, please put it in the comments below and let me know how I may have misinterpreted, or just maybe I'm stupid and I don't know anything that Joyner Lucas is trying to say. But to be absolutely clear, just to wrap up this album, I gave this whole project a 3.9 on 4. Rapping capability, great. Production on this project, great. A lot of the music is really, really good. Rhyming skill, great. Ability to conduct messages, 3.5 on 5. Ability to, maybe not even a 3 on 5. Ability to open up and be a little bit vulnerable, 2 on 5. Ability to educate and try to move forward with this conversation of ADHD, I'm gonna say a 0 on 5, because you literally didn't show any way on how to cope with it. You basically just told everybody, go get rich and fucking you'll be okay. And it's not really like that. It's difficult. There's a lot of shit that we have to deal with. Maybe his next project he'll be a little bit more personal. Maybe his next project he'll be a little bit more vulnerable and let us know a little bit more deeper about where he comes from and stuff like that. But as a first album debut, especially after making it feel like we've waited forever for this project, and just the whole garbage rollout that he did with like putting 9 tracks out as singles before he even fucking dropped this project, it doesn't feel like there's much to actually take away, review, or really just sit on or digest. This is a really quick 1 hour on the dot listen. You listen to it, you get through it, and you're on to the next project. Really, there's nothing really I felt like I took away from this. And I don't want to feel like I'm shitting on Joyner Lucas. I do really like how he raps. There's a lot of songs I praise him for, and he really does good, but I don't know, I was expecting so much more, especially with calling it ADHD, and especially with calling it, with having such a weight to it, and trying to bring up this context of how Americans have it, or kids have it, and this, and how you dealt with it. You didn't really show any of that. You didn't really show anything about that. And now with the final track, just so I can go back to that quickly, it's a whole thing about, education. You have to gather all the information there as you can so we don't grow up to be broke and stupid and then sick and broke and stupid. And it's like, okay, but why don't you talk about how the educational system should be adapting to kids and how they can help improve and all that stuff? That's a better fucking conversation, a better song to listen to on ways to move forward in our society than the same shit regurgitated, rewrapped, puked back out into a box, folded with fucking paper wrapping and sent as a gift, something new. Like, I don't know. That's really all I have to say about this project. I am drained. I am tired. I honestly don't want to... I don't have anything else to say. I feel like this was a really... I don't want to say it was a big waste of time, but Joyner Lucas was not that impressive for everything that he's been trying to hype up with this project. There's some songs on here that, I may end up listening to again. I may catch in my morning routine, but I don't really think that's going to be the case. Either than that, if you want to check this out, check it out. Let me know if you like the project or not. Let me know if you think you like the video. Thank you for staying with me this entire time. Greatly appreciate all the love and support everybody's given us and just helping us move forward. We're trying to do more things. We're trying to expand. We're trying to get more ideas going. I hope, especially with this quarantine and everything that's dealing with, we're all just stuck at home trying to figure out new ways to be creative and utilize all the platforms. So there's going to be new things coming. I've got new things in mind. I'm trying to work out some things and trying to lay them down. So please stay tuned. Let us know what's happening. Let us know what you want to hear. Have a conversation with us. Hit me up on Twitter. Look at that. I'm getting better. There we go. Hit me up on Twitter, and we can have a conversation there. I'm going to take this time to say thank you so much to the Patreons, Ismail Gadamsi, Chris Prado, DJ Black Hurricane, Scribble. I'm screwing this so up. Jonathan Barnes and Lindell Williams, thank you so much for everything you guys do for us. Greatly appreciate it. As you can see, I am really tired, and this album just really drained me. Thank you so much for everything you guys do for us. They follow us on Patreon. They subscribe. They help us. Got a new camera that's back at the studio. They help us. Got some new sheets and stuff to make it a little bit nicer. They helped us get a new table. So thank you so much. Love and respect and support, and shout out to all of you guys. If you guys want to be a part of the team and a part of the community, you can really check us out on Patreon and see what we're doing. We've got a website getting up now, so Holden's working on that. We got some things moving with that too, so you can always check that out as well. BehindThatSuit.com. If I'm not mistaken, right? It should be, and it's part of like a square. It's got like a Squarespace thing domain anyway. So you can definitely check that out. I was Chris Chrome. This has been episode 162, part 2 of Joyner Lucas's ADHD's first debut album. I hope you enjoyed the show. Other than that, I'm out. Have yourself a wonderful quarantine. Peace.